Hey, what up, y'all? It's Mr. Cruz here, the littest teacher you never had. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys my weekly schedule and give you guys a behind-the-scenes look at how I go about preparing all of my content, what I'm doing on each day, and just a little bit of some other hacks and tricks that I use when I'm planning my week out. Now, this is nothing really new, and I'm kind of stealing this from Lifestyles Did It. In case you have ever seen his stuff, go check out his channel. He's got a lot of dope stuff, but I got the idea from him. But in my video, I'm going to be going into more detail on like how it personally impacts me and how I go about doing it. So using this app called Evernote. If you don't have Evernote, I would suggest getting it. I love it. I use it a lot. It's just a productivity app or a tool that I use to kind of make lists and plan and makeshift like graphs and calendars and stuff like that. So it's a lot of boring stuff, but I use it to keep myself organized. So I have my week out here, and if you notice underneath of it, it either falls under one of three categories. It's either a produce day, a prepare day, or a promote day. And I kind of put promote/learn because that's kind of like a miscellaneous day. So a produce day is all about creating content. So that's, I have listed, I'm making beats, or I'm downloading video contents, or I'm shooting tutorials. Those are the days when I'm creating the content that I'm going to be putting out either for the next week, for the next couple weeks, it doesn't matter. But on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, that's exclusively what I'm doing at any free time that I get during the day. Most of the times I can probably knock out, that's my ice maker in the back. Most of the days I can probably knock out enough content in one day to last me for the week, but I will still use those other 2 days to either work on collabs or just making extra graphics and other cool stuff. On my prepare days is when I'm kind of getting all of the content that I've created and organizing it and making sure that it's ready for me to post on social media. So that's the days that I'm editing my videos or editing my tutorials. And notice that I only have one day to do that. So that means that those days are very, how do I put it? It's a very tight-knit day. So I have to make sure that on Monday night when I go into the studio, I have everything that I need. I'm not wasting time having to download a video or having to mix or anything like that. This is exclusively, I'm spending most of this day in Final Cut Pro editing those videos so that I have them ready for me to go. And usually after I've made my content and after I've edited it, where it goes is I send it onto Google Drive, and then from Google Drive is where I either download it on my phone and post it on social media, or I'll just go to YouTube and upload it on there. But I usually throw all of my content up on Google Drive on that day. For my prepare days is usually when I'm kind of catching up on anything that I've missed up. So if I didn't edit any of my videos the day prior, I'm usually working on that on this day. And I see here that I have this other list called working on my MIDI pack. So I'm kind of had this idea to create a MIDI pack for some of the producers that I do a lot of collaborations with. So that's also what I'm doing on that day. And again, for my prepare day, but this day is exclusively automating posts. So I use an app called Hootsuite. You can see it down here. It's an app called Hootsuite. It allows you to automate your social media posts. So that means that on this day, on Wednesday, I am uploading all of my content to Hootsuite and scheduling out when those posts are going to be shown. I also do that. You can also do that with YouTube. I do that with BeatStars. So I use that app on one day a week, and I plan out all of my content for the rest of the week. Now, sometimes there's other content that kind of comes up, but actually, the reason that this is the case, and the reason I would suggest doing this, is because it frees me up to make any other content spontaneously. So there was a time not long ago when Kanye released his Jesus is King CD, right? And then I saw a lot of producers making like remixes to it because there's like a couple songs on there that don't really have drums. So when that came out, because I had already automated my post and that freed me up the rest of the week, I was able to jump in on that challenge and do that because I had more time left in my week in order to do that. So doing this and automating your posts, it saves you a lot of time to not have to worry about it, and it makes it possible so that you free up yourselves to do anything else creatively. And Thursday is my promote day. So on my promote day is I'm usually catching up on automating posts. So if there's anything that I missed or messed up on the day before, this is when I'm making sure that I've got that right. I'm scheduling my emails. I do an email list about once or twice a week to people that I'm sending beats to or that I'm sending icon promotions to. And this is when I'm usually the most present and engaged in social media, and also have here reach out to 5 new artists. So this is where I'll jump on Twitter or on YouTube and I'll just start searching for people, for more artists that I can kind of start building a relationship with and engaging with. And it doesn't always have to be artists. Sometimes it's rappers, sometimes it's singers, sometimes it's producers, sometimes it's graphic designers, sometimes it's other business entrepreneurs or people who are, levels above me that I can kind of glean some sort of knowledge from. So this is usually my social media day, to be able to engage with other people. And then here, this is kind of coincides with my learn. So down here, I have these 2 topics that coincide with my learn, because these are 2 things that I have potentially wanted to do tutorials on in the future. And then so Thursday, if I have any time left out of doing these things up here, which I usually end up doing, these are the 2 things that I'm going to be researching to learn more about so that I can make videos for. And then, as I said already, Friday and Saturday are my produce days. Now, the reason that my schedule is the way that it is because I'm a teacher, and I'm a husband, and I'm a father. So my time is super limited. That means that I only get into the studio for about maybe 1.5 to 2 hours a night. And usually that time is after everyone in my house has gone to sleep. So I don't create Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, because I don't really have a whole lot of time that I can devote in the studio to making beats. So if I get beat block or something like that, if I'm, it's just not working out, I'm kind of screwed on those days, because I don't really have I don't have as much time to work on these things. So essentially Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, Friday and Saturday, I can stay up as late as I need to. So I lock myself in that studio and I say, like, I'm not leaving until I got something good. So that might mean I'm working on something for an hour and then nothing's coming up. So, okay, I can take a 30-minute break, maybe, play maybe play the PlayStation or watch some videos on YouTube or something like that. Take a little break, maybe watch some Netflix, and then come back to it. I have the time to spare to do that on Friday and Saturday because I don't have any kind of time constrictions the following day. I can't do that, the rest of the week because, I got to get to sleep at a reasonable time and wake up early. So that's why Fridays and Saturdays are mainly my production days. The rest of these, as you can kind of tell, these are not really creative tasks. These are more administrative tasks that I can do without thinking. I don't have to think about anything creative in order to come up with something for those things. So I'm going to scroll down here to the bottom, and here at the bottom, I have a couple other tasks that I have. So these are beats. Here is where I throw in like a list of things that I'm working on currently. So when I get into the studio Friday and Saturday and Sunday, these are the things that my focus is usually on. My miscellaneous tasks, these are things that I want to do that aren't they're not super important or super urgent, but like if I get time to work around to doing these things, these are the things that I kind of want to figure out and learn how to do. And these administrative tasks, these are, again, kind of a little bit a step below these right here. So these are also things that like, okay, I'm kind of confused on these and I want to learn more about them, but they also kind of fall under administrative tasks. And then upcoming content, this is where I will usually throw like this list that I have right here under to record. So these are all the things that I want to do videos on, or any kind of songs or beats that I'm working on. I'll throw that list here. And then once I finish any kind of creation on it, I'll throw it into this list over here, which is my editing. So editing means I am making the beat video. That means I've already downloaded all the content. I'm just editing it, or I've recorded my tutorial already and it's on Google Drive. I just got to download it and throw it into Final Cut Pro and edit it. So this is a big detailed look into my week, how I plan it, the reason why I plan it the way that I plan it. And as you can kind of see, this stuff really works for me. You have to figure out what works for you. So that's what I got for you guys. Hopefully this is something that's useful and beneficial to you. Again, the key point here is that this is what works for me. It might not work for you, but what you have to do is kind of look at your week and see, all right, I can do a little bit each day of the week. I can't do all of this in one day because that would just drive me crazy, and I would only have, so I still wouldn't be able to get all of this stuff done if I had one entire day to work on it. So you just got to find those like little pockets. So essentially Monday, that's like a 1 hour day to do that stuff. Tuesday, again, that's maybe an hour day to do that. Wednesday, this is like 30-45 minutes. Thursday, this is probably like, an hour, but this is little stuff that I can do all day. So like, 15-minute break during my lunch, I can jump on social media and do some stuff. Fridays and Saturdays are usually more demanding, as well as Sundays. But finding those little pockets of time where you can do a little bit at a time. And again, as you kind of continue and grow in these areas, what you're going to find out is that, all right, it used to take me 5 hours to make a beat. Now it takes me like an hour. It used to take me 2 hours to edit a video. Now it takes me like 30 minutes. You'll get better at these things as time goes on. So your schedule will be liable to change as you get better at certain tasks. Anyways, that's what I got for you guys. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. It's your boy, Mr. Cruz, out.